I've been finding myself doing work during my free time much more often. And it's gotten worse as the year's gone on, and I find myself sleeping less and being stressed more.
I think that the schedule that they have here at the school is very jam-packed because it's required event after required event after required event after required event. Like you wake up in the morning and you're required to go to breakfast, and that's the first thing you have to do in the day. And then after that you have a little bit leeway to walk to your class, which is another required thing. And then there's collection, which is required. Snack, I mean you don't have to go to it, but it's definitely required for your stomach. Then after school, there's maybe 15 minutes to get dressed for sports, which is another required thing that you have to do in the afternoon. And then after sports, you have some time to go take a shower, but then you have to go to dinner because you have to eat. And then afterwards, you have required study hall.
That different people create different free time for themselves, because if you're super involved, then you're not going to have free time. If you aren't super involved, you're still not going to have a lot of free time, but it's a different kind. I don't have enough free time. The only time that I ever get to sleep normally is on the weekends, and then I can't sleep enough because I'm so used to not getting enough sleep.
Sometimes I'll admittedly push aside projects and procrastinate in order to have some downtime so that stress isn't constantly building up on me.
If I do have free time, either I do homework for other classes, like if I have projects or I need to watch clips for classes or something, I just do that. Sometimes if I'm lucky and don't have any homework, I'll watch a TV show, an episode maybe, but yeah, it's rare. I usually just save that for the weekend.
I like to play games, but I love hanging out with friends. I play soccer all the time. I like to play all kinds of different sports, play card games with people. I like to experiment. I like to travel around the campus if I do have that kind of free time.
I don't.
I'm definitely overworked.
I try to be as productive as I can, but that usually sometimes fails because there's so much going around.
The structure of Westtown School definitely benefits me. I think if we look to the future, it's easy to say now that it's very structured and has a lot of work, but in the long run, depending on what we want out of our lives, most of us will be going to rigorous colleges from here on out, and that program will really be very structured. Not so much that we don't have our own choice, but structured, and we have to keep on top of our own work, on top of projects in our own life and manage it. And I think Westtown's helped us to kind of put our feet first into independency.
I do like this structure because even though I think it's really jam-packed with all the required things, but without them being required, I don't think I would do them.
The lack of free time doesn't really help anything. I think if the schedule was more spaced with more mandatory free periods that kind of transcend everyone's schedule, I think it would benefit a lot more, because when you're going straight from class to sports to study hall, you don't have enough time to reflect and take things in. And as soon as you wake up, it seems like you're back in evening study hall and about to go to sleep again. And I think if we space it out more, help so that you had more time to, like I said, reflect on things and have everything kind of like absorbed.
There are definitely times when I feel the students are overworked, and that's kind of a common thread.
I did not have as much work in my school. I mean, my classes were easier than I remember. Like, the classes that I remember were easier than the classes that I've seen here. I mean, I think we had a similar amount of homework. My homework just tended to be more busy work or filling out, like an English class, filling out worksheets that I feel like we didn't really need. That didn't really promote analytical thinking. It was just more fill in some worksheets for homework kind of thing. I mean, I'm speaking to my class. I like to think that I don't give too much busy work.
What is one word I would use to describe my week at Westtown? I would say really random, like surprising, because they throw a lot of stuff at you.
The school week of my students, challenging.
Stressful? I think that would be the word.
Structured.
Never ending.
Complicated.
Chaotic.
Dense.
Hectic.
The best I can say is interesting. Because interesting's not a word that has a specifically good connotation and not a specifically bad connotation. Because I do really, really enjoy being here, but I have been feeling more and more stressed out and tired lately. So, interesting.